few days. I got a little place to set some stuff here. Oh, it's falling. Let me go get my bag. So first thing, most expensive thing I got. Oh, those laser things. These little laser insect. Ooh, cube. Stuff like this just fascinates me. If you've been a long time viewer, you might have seen these little items. I didn't get this today. If these are on my desk, so I just pulled this one out. This one I got today. What you call a hoarder. So this is what I really wanted to show. So what kind of things did I find? I'll lay them out here, then I'll move the camera angle. So that little thing I showed you, that was $3. Um, I went to three different stores. Did I buy anything at the? Did I get things at all three stores or just two of them? Anyway, I heard on the news that Garth Brooks had pulled all his like stuff off his music off the streaming sites. The only streaming music site I use is the YouTube music. And I went there, they really managed to pull it off YouTube. And I pulled up in Garth Brooks, and boy, in their albums, so many tribute albums. Like there's a lot of stuff in their Garth Brooks names, but I didn't really see like the stuff that's Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks. Probably why all the remixes of stuff that's online, re-releasing it as somebody else's original stuff. So I got this little book reproduced from Ektachrome. This is back from a day when taking pictures was expensive, cameras were expensive, and so people would buy like postcards and they'd buy pictures of places. So this is 10 pictures, state of Montana, and you'd buy this and mail it to somebody. Place stamp here. So somebody would have bought this on vacation and sent it to their friends or family. Say, look, I went to the state of Montana. What do we have? Well, bear with me. Why? It's the state capitol building, Helena. there dates on here? Flathead Lake. But doesn't this make you want to go to Montana and then see these for yourself? Lower Falls of the Yellowstone. I've never actually seen these things, not with my own eyes. Ooh, Hungry Horse Dam. I wonder how long ago this was. Like, what's the? Well, we had a thing a few years ago where there was heavy rainfall in Orville, and they had this Orville Dam. It's not on the news, and people are actually watching the news because there are reports that the dam was getting, the lake was getting too full, and when the water starts going over the edges, it erodes. And so you can imagine this holding back if it gets how much pressure there is. If it gets like if it starts to get like failures along these lines, if it broke the wall of water. So I'm pretty sure that is maybe an energy plant that people lose power. Maybe I don't know. But think of the construction of this dam. Like people would just be little specks on here. Oh, all the infrastructure. Oh, I did not know Custer's Battlefield is here. Look, we learned something, chat. We learned something. Custer's Battlefield is in Montana. I had no idea that I would find this today. Did they just like bury them? Or those the places where all the dead bodies were? Guess we'd have to go out there on like a history tour. Rainbow Falls and Missouri River. That's pretty. Imagine going down canoeing or boating and you don't know that's there. You're just, well, the age of exploration. A lot of time people going down rivers don't find out their waterfalls until beautiful, beautiful Missouri. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the Missouri River. I'd have to look at a bigger map to see the path it takes. Oh, open pit mining. We have one in this outside outside of Salt Lake City. What was it, Brighton Copper Mine or something? Anyway, it's really interesting because it started and they just like started digging down in circles and oof, like mountaintop removals. I mean, it's already mined. Might as well go explore it. Stack at Anaconda Mining Company smelter. Well, you can smelt coins, so they're melting it down. I guess the whole process of the whole process of mining rock and then turning rock into things like this. This is a pipe cleaner. The Weeping Wall, Glacier Park. No date though. I'm assuming this is probably from the 80s. So this was just a little dime stack thing. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Complete book of games and stunts. Darwin A. Hinman. 310 Hillcrest Drive. Oh. Well, people who own books used to put their things in it, so like if they people would know who the book belonged to, or maybe they gave it to somebody. What year is this? See, now we're gonna get into the stuff I Prentice Hall Inc. Darwin A. Hindeman, PhD, Professor of Physical Education, University of Missouri. Copyright 1956. This is in pretty good. Oh, okay. Six printing, 1962. So this is how old is this book? If 65 was 60 years ago, minus like no plus 68 years, 63 years, 60 plus 62, 122, so 63 years old. I was getting a little coffee thing at a coffee stand that was run by these like really young girls, look like they were teenagers, trying to conversation. It's like, you creepy old Mary. I'm like, well, this is before cell phones. Games of alertness and self-control. Well, part one, quiet games and stunts. Part two, active games, contests and stunts. Part three, puzzles and problems. Huh. Dodgeball games, combat games, stunt and alertness games. 157. Yeah, it's a challenge to make up games sometimes to keep kids occupied. Would that say beheading? Thought I saw beheading in here someplace. Well, okay, well, it's like finding and detecting games, buried tree, buried flower, buried birds. Oh, tic tac. Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know tic tac toe? I suppose once in a time, if you never heard of tic tac toe, you don't know what it is. Craps, ace, yacht. Oh, cootie. Let's see. Let's just take a random. Like, I like that cootie. The cootie game. Bug beetle. The established name for this game is cootie. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you what it's like 27 right there. But the supposed inelegance of this word has resulted in such euphemisms as beetle. Any number can play, but the game is too slow with more than four or five. It is played with a single die, and while a standard die can be used, it is much better with a special one that has no spots on its faces, but letters instead. Such a die can be bought, or one can very easily be made from a block of wood or even a lump of sugar. The letters on the respective faces of the die are BHLEFT, bleft. Each letter is the initial one part of the anatomy of an imaginary cootie. B for body, H for head, L for leg, E for eye, F for feeler, and T for tail. If a standard die with spots is used, it will be necessary to let each of the six numbers stand for one of the letters. The players take turns in rolling the die, one roll for each turn. No one can make any progress until he has rolled a B. And one who rolls any other letter at his first turn must pass the die to the next player and wait for his second turn, and then possibly for several more turns. When he finally rolls a B, he draws an ellipse on a piece of paper to represent the body, and then he gets a second roll on his turn. Now his problem is easier, for he can use an H for head, a T for tail, or an L for leg. All of these being parts that connect directly with the body. An E for an eye, or an F for a feeler will do him no good, since he cannot be added. They cannot be added until a head is in place. After he's drawn the head, he can use an E or an F. Thus, each player takes his turn, and each time that he rolls the initial part that he can use, he draws this part and takes another roll. He needs in all 13 parts: a body, a head, a tail, two eyes, and six legs. The game is ended when any player has completed his kuti. This player scores 13 points, and others 1 point for each part completed. So you roll dice with the letter and draw a picture. Is there a competition for how good this picture looks? Races and relays. Ooh, the elopement race. Section 3, clothing races. Look, always fun. It's just, what was this person? Like, professor of what? Oh, professor of physical education, University of Missouri. Oh, these are PE classes. Or the elopement race. 21. This is a race for boy and girl pairs. A closed umbrella and a closed suitcase containing various articles of men's and women's clothing and accessories are placed on the floor a few feet in front of each couple. Any articles will do, provided they can be put on over the player's regular clothing: hats, gloves, coats, bathrobes, galoshes, At the starting signal, each pair rushes to a suitcase, opens it, puts on all the clothing, and raises the umbrella, leaving the suitcase where it is. They run they run into the turn and back, then take off all the clothing and replace it in the suitcase. Close the suitcase and close the umbrella. Then they run back to the finish line. Wait, so this is a race to get dressed, then race to a line, and then race back to get undressed? How fast can you get dressed to get undressed? Oh my goodness. Your daddy's home. Are you decent? Oh boy. Games for boys and girls. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot of kids. And I'm not talking about these horny, like teenage, like nasty brats and stuff. I'm not talking about nasty brats. I'm talking about the kids who want healthy, wholesome family games. I don't know if you ever heard of Family Home Evening. Oh, how to put on a nice, just little party. Oh my goodness. Well, I suppose Lowell Angel's Cocitos is at her bookstore job. Look what I got for Cinnamon, the Hamster Handbook. Oh my goodness! Look at all the this is. I had to get this, and it was only I got a stack of books for $2.50. Oh, there's one that I really liked. Other hamster species. Well, I didn't read male Chinese hamsters are easy to sex. Look at those. Look at. It's another look. It's another big balls. Look how big those testicles are. What kind of breeding? The males have prominent scrotal sacs under their tails, literally as big as their head. This may be an adaptation to living in a warmer climate and maintaining a viable sperm production by having a cooler production center for the sperm. 4 to 5 young are in each litter, born after a gestation of 20 and 21 days. The young are weaned at 21, 25 days and become sexually mature at 8 to 12 weeks. Females tend to be aggressive toward the males, especially when the females are pregnant and kept in a small cage. That doesn't afford hiding escape routes. The male can be killed by the female. What? For humans, these are gentle hamsters that don't move as quickly as the other species. If your Chinese hamster gets loose and you can see it, it's easy to shoo it into an empty cardboard 12 pack, lay it on its side, and gently scoop it up on your hand from the carton. Iris spent much time in the exercise wheel, running for hours each day. When it began to store food in the short entrance way to the exercise wheel, we thought our pet was getting just a bit too obsessive compulsive. We moved it to a wheelless cage, but then we relented. Oh, the circle sniff. That's a ears forward, upright posture. Ears forward, upright posture, nose on full alert. This long haired Assyrian is waiting for someone else to make the first move. The circle and sniff. The two hamsters act like two strange dogs checking each other out, circling each other, but they alternate positions in a T arrangement. The hamster that's upright of the T sniffs the midregions of the other hamster. Dwarf hamsters have another scent gland on the belly, just above the navel. The hamster currently sniffing may actually jam its head under the body of the other hamster, almost as if in an effort to topple the other hamster from his feet or to bite the underside. The hamsters shift position and continue to circle while they decide which hamster will be dominant. The dominant position is the upright of the T. The hamster with his head under the body of the first hamster. The subordinate hamster may sit back on his haunches in a more or less upright position to avoid being thrown off balance, which leads to another classic position, the face to face sparring. Oh my goodness. I did not know hamsters were so friggin' adorable and such a complex hamster society. Okay, so now you may hate me for this. I've never rewatched this. There's a lot of Michael Moore. There was a lot of triggering back in the day. Michael Moore triggered lot of conservatives. Oh, he triggered a lot of conservatives. And this is 2024 or 2004. In the most provocative film, in the most provocative film of the year, Academy Award winner Michael Moore, 2002 Best Documentary Bowling for Columbine, presents a searing examination of the role played by money and oil in the wake of the tragic events of 9/11. Moore blends captivating and thought-provoking footage with revealing interviews while balancing it all with his own brand of humor and satire. Special features: featurette The Release of Fahrenheit 9/11, montage The People of Iraq on the Eve of Invasion, new scene Homeland Security Miami style, outside Abu Ghraib prison. Oh, Abu Ghraib was Gitmo before Gitmo was. I don't know a lot of people who want to be stationed to Abu Ghraib. I know I've heard some rumblings that a lot of people want to go back to their Steel Beach barbecues on that Caribbean island. Eyewitness account from Samarra, Iraq. Extended interview, more with Abdul Henderson. Leila Lipscomb at the Washington, D.C. premiere. Arab American comedians, their acts and experiences. Teams. Excellent program. See Windows app MS Teams. What does this mean? Well, you know that Teams thing was. Did you see? Oh, I didn't release it on YouTube. I'll probably release it on YouTube. I released it on another streaming site. Yes, trying to get my Skype number back with my two steps, and also my also all the people who have caller ID with my forfeited. Yeah, I suppose it's a forfeited telephone number, right? 8 week legal MS Team. See, I haven't tried downloading it. I guess they're trying to force download it on my computer. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that in case you get any computer hackers. Like I said, the best hackers work inside the. Oh my goodness, trying to figure out who the crypto account that belongs to. Condoleezza Rice's 9/11 Commission testimony, Rose Garden press briefing after 9/11 Commission appearance. And check this one out. I haven't actually opened it. I'm hoping all the DVDs are in there. Alfred Hitchcock. Oh my goodness. Hitchcock presents The Cheney Vase. An elderly woman finds herself a prisoner in her own home, starring Darren McGavin, 1955 1962, 24 minutes, black and white, 24 minutes, unrated. So what is that's like 7 years, but it's only 24 minutes. Alfred Hitchcock presents The Sorcerer's Apprentice. A young drifter is befriended by a carnival magician and his beautiful assistant, who don't realize they've gotten themselves involved with, starring Brandon De Wilde. Black and white, 1955 to 62, 24 minutes. Oh, so these might probably, I think he had a TV show. And after that, are they go in chronological order? Well, they have, it looks like the oldest one here. Do you have anything from 19, well, blackmail. The shopkeeper's daughter seeks to keep her involvement in a murder away from her Scotland Yard detective boyfriend, starring Annie Ondra, 1929, black and white, 84 minutes. Now look at the number. Look at the number of films I got. I think this was $2. And these are all, oh my goodness. Oh, contract bridge. Bridge is something people used to sit around and play card games. See, when Alfred Hitchcock was around, most people didn't have television. Well, the first, I mean, 55 to 62, but the number of people who didn't have televisions to watch, or even if you go back to 1920, 1929, radios. Well, what did you do when you can't just turn on streaming? I spent I don't know how many hours here watching Hassan Abi on Twitch. It's just seeing him going around like all these young activists, socialists, organizing to make America better and more affordable, and what is it? Affordability is a capitalist concept. Sorry about that. People like when I start streaming, my neighbors start coming out of the woodworking. Sorry. You know, major YouTube celebrities such as myself tend to get paranoid. Ah, I'll save the maps for and the poetry. Oh my goodness. Local pride. Take pride in where you live. Don't shit on your neighbors. So maybe I'll sit around and learn how to play. Well, I like this. It's like contract bridge. Like contract bridge and cowboy poems. You know, well, poker. A lot of people used to trade deeds, property deeds, mining claims by playing card games. Gives you a good idea of like the temperament of the people that you're doing business with. Fundamentals of contract bridge. Biddable suits. In order to open the bidding with one of a kind, with one of a suit, a player should have what is known as a biddable suit. A biddable suit must contain at least four cards, which must be headed by some high card strength. This could be relevant for to the Grace Thorpe Destiny lawsuit. This one is like, oh wow, Jay Buckner. From Silicon Valley to Northern Virginia, Jay Buckner has been involved in technology marketing for more than 2 decades. He served as director for the first USAID-sponsored agriculture fair in Herat, Afghanistan. I thought all Afghanistan was like bombed out, like a post-apocalyptic. They had an agriculture fair. In his spare time, this native of Brooklyn has written a number of plays. Oh my god, plays, and received recognition in the one-act play contest of the Actors Theater of Louisville. One-act play contest. Several of his plays have enjoyed limited productions off Broadway in New York as well as Hollywood. In other lives, he was a National Park Ranger and a lifeguard at Rockaway, Queens. Jay now lives in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia to be near his children and grandchildren. Cheapskate, no, Chesapeake. His adorable Portuguese wonder dog is his delightful companion, freely offering humor and perspective. Will I get around to reading this? Maybe. Oh, Made in USA, San Bernardino, California, May 2013. It's short enough that I can. This might be a book I can actually read. Later on, I came to realize I was also a member in good standing of the Queens gang, having always lived within the borough and all, and proud of being a member of that gang too. Constantly on the lookout for telltale signs of incursions from the Brooklyn gang. Am I going fast here? Yeah, because I don't these long streams. It's just not me. The cowboy poetry, a moment of glory by Carol Oxley. Many years ago, in another life, when I first learned to drive a car, my parents owned a Kaiser brand with a stick shift not up to par. It would freeze in neutral, the gear lever stiff, but not to be totally stuck. When you gave it gas, it would drive in low to get off the road with luck. My mother and I, tired of this happening, and went to see a mechanic. He showed us how to align the gear rod so we could fix it without a panic. Now years went by and I married a man who moved me way out in the country. Cattle and horses were his great love, but with equipment he was handy. One day as I headed out my back door, I saw an interesting scene. My man and his worker with heads in the front of the ranch's old pickup machine. What's the problem? I asked, just making talk. He replied with a face full of woe. This darn pickup stuck in neutral in the slough field a while ago. A thought crossed my mind, he said with a grin. If it's stuck in neutral down there, How did you two get up to the house? Did you push it from there to here? Darndest thing, said my cowboy with a shake of his head. But the truck drove up here in low. With a stick in neutral, we were surprised that we could make the thing go. By now my face was wreathed in a smile. I told him, don't get in a dither. Look, let me look, I said as I elbowed in. Both men gave me a look that would wither. I located the rods under the dirt and grime, gave one a tug, pushed the other on top. They lined up as pretty as could be, and the stick in the cab gave a pop. It's fixed, I declared as I looked at the men, their jaws hanging as if on a lever. These moments of glory are few for ranch wives, but this one I'll remember forever. Oh, women write cowboy poetry too? What stories? I don't know. It's just all fun. Oh, look, we have another one about Butch Jones and Jim. So anyway, maybe you can come do. Well, these aren't mine, so I can't do a one-man stage reading. All right, my own. Now we get to the end here, where I got these maps for no reason whatsoever, other than to compare them to how things change. If they change the names of streets and things again, well, there's some offensive, and nothing's more offensive than Western civilization. This is a map from '85, I believe, of London. Oh, there's Buckingham Palace, the Royal Mews, Westminster, and Victoria Street, Vauxhall Bridge Road. And they have a big old park here. I didn't know. Kensington Gardens. Is it like Liberty in New York City? There's the Marlborough Gate, the little Black Lion Gate, the Carriage Road, the Long Water, the Serpentine. Hmm. Science Museum, Natural History Museum, City and Guilds College. Oh, Whitehall, that's where isn't Whitehall? Isn't this where Jack Ripper was like laying out those prostitutes? Allegedly, because there was a prince who kept on knocking at prostitutes, and is still the child of a prince. It really does. It really can throw things into a crisis when it comes to inheriting, I suppose. This one's these pagers stuck together. The London Transport. Look, somebody wrote down A20 dub. It was it NM20. Nice little subway system London has. So yeah, I think this is 1985. It'd be interesting to see the population. Oh, we have listing of cinemas. Wait, cinemas and kinos are the same or two different ways of spelling it. Zietenburos. Oh, it is probably geared towards German tourists. Krankenhauser. Hospitals. Hopitals. Oh, French and Germans. Shops and department stores. Chalks de magazines. Einige Ohrenhauser. Theaters. We have Adelphi, Albury, Aldwych, Ambassadors, Apollo Victoria, Barbican, Bloomsbury, Cockpit, Comedy, Criterion, Donmar Warehouse, Drill Hall, Duchess, Duke of York's, Fortune, Garrett, Globe, Majesties, Geneva Cochrane, London Coliseum, London Palladium, Mayfair, National, New London, Old Vic, Open Air, Regent's Park, Oval House, Palace, Phoenix, Piccadilly, Players, Prince Edward, Prince of Wales, Queen's, Royal Court, Sadler's Wells, St. Martin's, Savoy, Shaftesbury, Soho, Polly, Strand, Theatre Royal, Durila, Theatre Royal, Haymarket, Vaudeville, Victoria Palace, Westminster, Wyndham's, Young Vic. Hmm. Road Atlas of the United States. 2000 Brunswick Lane. Universe K, Universe, the Kappa Meth Group. Copyright Kappa Meth Group. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Wait, that would be bad, right? No, Kappa, Kappa, Gamma. That's the sorority. Kappa, Kappa, Gamma. Hmm. Anyway, this is highways and interstates. My dad used to keep things like this in his glove compartment. He didn't have a smartphone with Google Maps on it. Yet I've heard of people driving off of bridges because they were paying, or driving off of cliffs because they were paying too much attention to the freaking Google Maps instead of what was in front of them. Another London map, and this one I don't know that. Wait, is this the same one I just had? Okay, that's the same one. This is a premier map of London. This one I. Oh, it's even bigger. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it open right here. Oh, Westland Flats. There's the looking at what different Kingsbury, Crickwood. Just eyeballing this, I wouldn't know it was the same. It was the same like city. Maybe this is more metropol. Maybe this is more of the outlining area. Stratford, Newtown, Regent's Park. Anyway, these things are fun. I know. One of the waitresses at one of my favorite Italian places just got back and she went vacation in London. I was like, how's a waitress vacation in London? Oh well, I guess they save up their. This is a cool one. This is just a map of. This is a world map. Endangered Earth, National Geographic, 1988. National Geographic Society is interesting. They included the Ice Age vegetation 8,000 years BP. So those zones are vegetation, and I guess suppose the green zones where you could get vegetable food. If it's not vegetables, it's probably meat. And we have greenhouse effect vegetation zones. Oh, pinpoint growing threats. Oh, air pollution. What is that thing? Big splotch out there in the Pacific, Southern Pacific. Anyway, Peru, Ecuador upwelling. Where offshore winds bring deep, cold, nutrient-rich water to the surface, fields of phytoplankton bloom off Peru in digital images from Nimbus 7 taken 3 weeks apart. Red and orange by the Ocean Color Index. The massive bloom at far left is concentrated by currents and plumes and eddies in the near image. These shifting patterns of wind, water, and marine life along the coast comparable in length to between Long Island and South Carolina illustrate how rapidly the oceans can change, unmeasurable by traditional shipboard sampling, which would take decades to provide a comparable amount of data. The event was recorded by satellite in just minutes. Huh. I heard something about there's like some warm mass off the coast of South Carolina that's moving around. Maybe all the garbage has concentrated itself into a giant garbage monster. And to close out my show and tell stream, look, the Vagabond Inn. For 1996, a map. You'd like to see your favorite hotel chain. If you're driving around and you just loyal to Vagabond Inn, well, I called around and there's out of the four that I called, one's a private personal phone number. One has been changed into a roadway. Another one was not. Nobody answered. And then the other one, it was still a Vagabond Inn in Sunnyvale, and yet the person became very agitated when I was asking them questions about reward point programs and stuff. Oh, wait, that was the Roadway Inn. The other one just hung up on me or something. I don't know. Anyway, these are just things. How much did this cost me? Probably like about $10, but the maps I think they give her 50 cents a piece. Otherwise, they would just be thrown away. So there's my show and tell. I'm getting overheated. I need to go pound water. I've been having too much caffeine. I'm all agitated and about to. Oh, I gotta go pick up some. I gotta go get ready for an art show this evening. So I'm gonna end it here and get ready for my art show. Philan, it's called philanthropic work. Hey, wait, is philanthropic is charity really work or is this something? All right, and then push the little button on the end to stop streaming thing. Have a good day.